Hey everyone, welcome to the Volleyball Data Lab. I'm your host, Tyler Widdison, and I've got our studio fired up, ready to dive into some serious data learning. As the former performance analyst for USA Beach Volleyball, I know firsthand the importance of being able to handle loads of data. In this series, we will break down the use of R so it becomes easier to use. So get ready to spike your data skills. Let's get started. All right, next video. We're going to talk about mutate. So first things first, we want to get back to where we were. We want to say library, tidyverse, library, data volley. Actually, yeah, you're gonna want, just a side note, you actually don't really need data volley if you're not, since we are using the RDA file. I put my data frame in an RDA so I didn't have to parse it every time. How do I spell that? Library. Load data. Load file equals df RDA. Nope, just one equals, not two. I think that should work. Just to check. That's nice. All right. Mutate. Okay, so mutate is a cool thing. So just to show you what it does, we're gonna just select what the we're just gonna go df select team. So this way we can kind of see better what we're doing. And actually we're gonna say head as well because it gets crazy. So basically what we're saying is give me the team column from df, which is the data frame, which is the Excel object of all the skills and players and grades, etc. And we're saying select the team. Just give me the team column, that's it. Now it's saying, okay, I'll give you the team column. And then we're just saying, actually, just give me the top 5 rows. You could change that. You could say like 20. And actually, there's an interesting little function called tell. You could do the back 5 rows with an NA, head, right? So you could also just say head like that. It's interesting. So we want to mutate. So what mutate does is add on columns. And you can then add logic to however you want to add logic. So we can say mutate. I want the column name to be mutate, and we're going to call it mutate. Now I can do this. That didn't work because I didn't have a pipe. Control Shift M afterward. Then we're going to come back and add mutate, and you can see that it added it, right? So what if there's many ways to do this? And I'm not saying my way is the best way. This is just the way I do it. That makes sense to my brain straight away. If I say if else, then we can start adding some logic. For example, I want to say, I'm just going to call it mutate again, the column. And I'm going to say if else team equals Washington State University. If the team is Washington State University, return true. If it's not, return false. I personally don't like organizing my code like that, but so now check this out. True, false, true, false. Kind of cool, right? So you can do that with multiple things as well. So if I wanted to say team is Washington, excuse me, yeah. If I wanted to say team is Washington State University and skill equals serve, check this out. Bam. NA. I don't know. Why is that returning NA? That is interesting. I don't know. Let's return skill. And actually, let's return code as well. So yeah, it is doing that, but it shouldn't. Oh, because skill is NA. But that should just be returning false. That's interesting. It's a new thing. Not gonna lie. Team is Washington State and skill. Huh. Interesting. That is the first time I've come across that. I mean, in this kind of way. Anyway, let's do a filter with it too, right? Filter. I'm sorry, I'm not coding this very well as far as a teaching way. I'm kind of jumping back and forth. But let's just say, is an a skill? Now check it out. So there you can see you can use and. Um, so there are different ways. All right, I'm just having some thoughts about what else we could talk about. So let's do something else. Create opponent column. So we're gonna do the same thing. Actually, we'll just do this. We'll do that, and then just so we can get a fresh brain thought about it. Whoa, mutate doesn't exist. Okay, fine. And we're gonna say head. Oh, those NAs. That's fine. It doesn't matter. So we're gonna say mutate opponent equals, because as you know, look, if you go df and then hit money sign, that will return columns. Probably should have said that earlier. That would have made sense to do that, but I didn't. But now I did. So if you hit df money sign, that will return all the columns. And if you like and push enter, it will return all the columns in a list, which is not similar to like this. So if you want, you could say as data frame, and then it will return it as like a column thing. Yeah. But so we're gonna say, that's right. So we have team, but we don't have opponent. You see that? There's no opponent. So it's kind of nice to know the opponent, right? Especially in this data set, because once you get multiple teams, you can start saying, hey, return one team, and anytime, or excuse me, return one team that's an opponent. So we want to look at all the times um, the team, excuse me, we want to look at all the times the opponent team is Washington State and get all the attacks against them, if that makes sense. It's kind of confusing, but that's kind of the way the thought process of it works, at least for my brain. So we're going to say opponent. So actually I need select contains team. That's another trick I didn't point out. You could do contains and it will only return those names that are contained. All right. Actually, we're just gonna do this. One more thing, sorry. It's just need some more for, then we're gonna say whoops. I need to see both. There we go. All right, thank you. All right, now I can see both. I wanted to see both this one and this one, and two is not enough. Darn it. That should be better. Okay. All right, so I want to say opponent equals. So we're going to use if else, and we're going to say team equals Washington State University. Actually, you know what? No, we're not going to do that. We're going to say team equals home team. Because you can see we have a team column and a home team and a visiting team. So that makes much more sense to do it that way. If if the team is equal to home team, return the visiting team. Otherwise, return home team. And hopefully that works. And it didn't work because I don't have home team in this. So I don't have home team here. So if I were to say this, so these are some common errors that happen as you're starting out. So now that should work. So actually, if we really wanted to, we could then go, you wouldn't want to do this in practice, but just to show you, to make it a little more visibly pleasing. Oh, come on. Hey, it's annoying. Head 20. So now we can see the team. Let's do, there we go. That looks better. All right. So now we can see the team is Washington State or Washington State. And actually, who is the home team? So actually, maybe we do want the home team, right? So the home team is Washington State. So that's good news. And you can see in the data volley code, if you know your data volley code, a star is home team. And an A before the number is the away team. So that's good news. So you can see now we have opponent created in a column. And if we wanted, so let's take that. We can then, control D, control D. We have that. So let's say filter opponent um, equals Washington State University distinct team. So now you can see University of Washington State University is not on the teams. So in theory, you could then start doing some stuff like um, doing some group by skill and then count. If you really wanted to get tricky, you could say group by skill and evaluation code. And we don't want the NAs. Is NA player name? And so there. Now we can see, now we can start getting some base numbers. So yeah, we're going to stop there though, because the next video we're going to get deeper into that. All right.